was so upset, frustrated. I went to class, made excellent grades, but I felt something is missing. There had to be more that I could do to help the community. So on a cold November Sunday, I held a meeting with 6 of my dearest friends, and we talked about ways to improve our community. They had some good ideas about working as a sorority. Sure, there were AKAs, Deltas, and Zetas established, but none of them embodied what we felt was needed right in that moment. We decided that our mission would be to enhance the quality of life for women and their families in the U.S. and globally through community service, civil and social action. Our goal was to achieve greater progress in the areas of education, health awareness, and leadership development. We became social and political activists in our quest to improve the world in which we lived.
Well, I agreed that we needed to do something. I realized things were extra difficult for us at Butler because we were not attending at HBCU. But we deserve to be treated right simply because we are human beings with moral compasses. I would get so tired of the negative comments from that guy and others like him. Having the Klan leader living right next to the campus was a little frightening and a little intimidating also. But as black students, we could not join the all-white Greek sororities at Butler. I envisioned the need to pull black women together into the bonds of sisterhood. 6 other Butler students who had chosen teaching as their profession joined me in laying the foundation for a new sorority and further advancing the black fraternity movement. Thus, Sigma Gamma Rho was born. We became an incorporated national collegiate sorority on December 30th, 1929, when a charter was granted to the Alpha chapter at Butler University.
Originally, our new sorority was to be composed of teachers, and it was to provide support and opportunity for networking to young people, with a focus on professional development. Soon, however, we recognized that teaching went far beyond the walls of the classroom, and that community service and interaction were needed in order to educate the whole child. Education was to be the mainstay of the sorority, but as an organization, we also wanted to develop broad horizons with diverse dimensions in order to reach into communities and serve all people. Thus, Sigma Gamma Rho's membership had to be expanded. It could not be restricted to teachers. We became the only Greek letter organization founded by university graduates rather than undergraduates. We also are the only black Greek letter sorority founded outside of Howard University. The first 3 years we devoted to organizing. Our first call for a national boule or convention was held in Indianapolis, December 27th through 29th, 1925. The second was held in Louisville, Kentucky, at which time Fanny O'Bannon became the Grand Basilisk.
National conventions were not called in the early years of our sorority because too many other issues needed to be addressed first. Under the leadership of Sarah Little, who became the first Grand Basilisk national president, all of our members became immersed in developing unity and broad-based goals. After the first national meeting, which we called the Boule, in 1925, it was evident that an education-focused legacy was evolving. But it was during the 5th Boule in 1929 that the sorority leadership mandated an aggressive scholarship program that required alumni chapters to maintain a scholarship fund. This led to the establishment of the Sigma Gamma Rho National Education Fund, which focused on education, research, health, and the awarding of scholarships and grants to students regardless of race, gender, and nationality. The torch of our sorority leadership passed through several hands during the 1920s, and the goal of involving women from various regions of the country was reflected in the selection of leaders from coast to coast. The Roaring Twenties ended with the sorority poisoning itself and moving aggressively to charter more chapters on black college campuses, particularly the land-grant colleges that were experiencing considerable growth in enrollment. The first West Coast chapter was established in Los Angeles, and a charter member of that chapter, Sir Hattie McDaniel, became the first Black Academy Award winner in 1939 when she received an Oscar for her performance in the film classic Gone with the Wind.
In response to the dire economic conditions of the times, we established Sigma Gamma Rho's Employment Aid Bureau. In further pursuing our agenda, additional programs to assist in community education and uplift others in the community also were established. For example, circulating libraries on wheels, national literary contests, book exhibits, and book showers for black colleges were adopted as national programs. The African Book Shower Project, designed to send books to Wilberforce Institute in South Africa, was our first international involvement, and it later expanded into the Linens for Africa Drive and other international projects during World War II. We suspended our national convention so that our members could support the war effort at home and on foreign soil. Sigma Gamma Rho was visible in the military, the Red Cross, the USO, and similar organizations. Against the backdrop of the war and with an upswing of juvenile delinquency, we were steered to develop programs to address this problem. Sigma Teen Towns, which centered around art, literature, music, games, and other forms of wholesome recreation, became a thrust of the organization, and they carried over into the 1950s. Sigma Gamma Rho was fully involved in the Mid-Century Conference on Children, and our leaders were summoned to White House conferences that dealt with many pertinent issues. We became a voice that was heard, a force to be reckoned with.
The 1960s and 1970s were a time of great social, political, and moral change. In response to these changes, we intensified our support for the United Negro College Fund, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the Urban League, and other national organizations that offered service to the community and furthered in every possible way the dignity and worth of all people. Academic excellence, moral responsibility, political involvement, social awareness, and community outreach were built into the ongoing thrust of the sorority as we concerned ourselves collectively with civil rights, human dignity, moral decency, and the strengthening of a new breed of poised and informed women. As the number of black students increased on predominantly white campuses in subsequent decades, there was a noticeable expansion of the Black Greek system. During these years, we modified our agenda to better address this expansion and the resulting societal changes. A national program called Project Reassurance was designed to deal with teenage pregnancy. Also, after the publication of Alex Haley's book Roots, and with heightened concern for Africa, the sorority established Project Africa, Project Wanamagimu, and related projects to give assistance to the people of Africa and to help young African Americans understand and appreciate their ancestral history.
Cold November Sunday in 1922, when the Alpha chapter sank its roots into the campus of Butler University, Sigma Gamma Rho has progressively evolved into a thriving sisterhood that comprises more than 75,000 college-trained women across the United States and in Bermuda, Africa, the Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas. Soaring to greater heights of attainment around the world, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated is a leading national service organization. We have met the challenges of the day and continue to grow through sisterhood, scholarship, and service. In keeping with the established ideals of Sigma Gamma Rho, we have supported the following organizations: the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the National Council of Negro Women, National Pan-Hellenic Council, Leadership Conference on Civil Rights, National Urban League, March of Dimes Birth Defects Foundation, National Mental Health Association, United Negro College Fund, Martin Luther King Center for Nonviolent Social Change, Black Women's Agenda, and American Association of University Women. With over 500 chapters and 85,000 plus members in the United States, Bermuda, the Virgin Islands, Bahamas, Germany, and Korea, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated is committed to improve the quality of life for its members and the society it serves.
Sigma Gamma Rho's commitment to service is expressed in our slogan, Greater Service, Greater Progress. We have a proud history of offering service wherever chapters exist, including Operation Big Book Bag, a program designed to address the needs, challenges, and issues that face school-aged children who are educationally at risk in local homeless shelters and extended care hospitals. The objective is for our chapters to provide local homeless shelters and children's hospitals with educational materials, equipment, and supplies. Our other national projects include We Savers, Project Reassurance, and Habitat for Humanity. In fact, Sigma Gamma Rho has built several houses across the United States in Florida, District of Columbia, Wisconsin, California, and Texas. The service of Sigma Gamma Rho, from a global perspective, includes Project Africa. Through active participation in programs and through networking with other organizations such as the National Council of Negro Women, Urban League, and the NAACP, Sigma's legacy of service to improve the quality of life for all mankind continues. Greater service, greater progress.